Libra, how are you? Welcome to the channel and to your reading, Libra. We are going to connect with your energies for these next few days, next few hours. Do not forget to take what resonates and also to check your moon and rising sign because they always let you see a little more of what might be coming. Libra, I am going to start your reading with this message that these beautiful creatures of light and shadow bring for you. It is a most beautiful oracle, which places us in your present energy in the advice, the guidance through the guides. Let us see what these creatures are saying to Libra. Well, it is speaking to us of something new, something new arrives. The energy of the carousel fairy has arrived in your life. I see this, and I see fun, enjoyment, and time. The time that accompanies what could also be that moment of happiness for you. It is all about capturing those joyful, fleeting experiences today. And it goes for all areas of life, right? Those areas where you say, I need this to end because I no longer want to feel bad about this situation. No, well, it is the moment when the carousel fairy visits you to provide you with this energy of enjoyment, including in moments of recognition that may come from work or from your personal life. You're reliving it, and there's this feeling, this really beautiful feeling inside you. Truly, everything that had been stalled starts working again because clearly you're up on what could be that carousel lifted above it, and you can feel everything beginning to move once more at last. You're helping along everything you wanted to get moving in a harmonious way and with real momentum because it says an opportunity is being brought to you. And for many of you, it will be a one-of-a-kind chance, something truly special that arrives now just as everything begins to flow the way you hoped. First of all, stop thinking that this is not going to happen, that it is not going to start moving again, that it will never work anymore, that it has been blocked or brought to a halt, and that you no longer have the chance to climb back on here once more because you absolutely are going to make it happen. You have to get rid of that feeling of fear because this also entails a great deal of learning for you. Because here, in this situation, there is a great blessing that must be taken as a wealth, and to discover that this has also made you wiser. So you really do need to open yourself up no matter what to pleasure and enjoyment because the absolute best of the best is waiting for you just ahead. Now let's see what the cards are trying to tell us today, Libra. You know that these are always generalized readings. It may resonate with you sometimes, it may not sometimes, but beyond that, you have the possibility of having a personal consultation with me, and you can do it through the website. You have the address here in the video, always on the page, and you have a pinned comment on your sign so that you can enter the page directly and be able to book the reading of your preference. Let us see what the cards have to share with us today. This one remained, well, the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands indicates success and great prosperity, and it is also about enjoying your money, you see? Because in reality, you feel completely revitalized by all of this energy and everything that is finally coming together for you in this very moment right now. It stayed there. Well, here you have the Page of Pentacles, you have authenticity. In other words, what also stands out for you, Libra, for all of this is that you have remained authentic to your values. Everything that needs to be revealed before you, every truth you need to know so you can be sure you're doing things the right way, I can assure you that it will come out in its own time and make itself fully and clearly known to you. There is a quite deep life balance that you have been doing. So I think that has an effect on your life, right? A return adjustment. Since the Seven of Wands is a card that places you in a position of victory, and yes, and it places you at the level of other possibilities as well and opportunities. In fact, being in the energy of the carousel is already a quite elevated energy, right? And they mentioned to you again to rectify that you are in an energy of elevation, facing challenges and adversities. Many of those challenges and adversities can be in your mind, right? Will I be up to the task for this position? Will I be up to the task for this person? Will I be able to handle all this? Will I know how to handle myself in this situation? How will I do it? Well, every single thing that you are currently thinking about and all of the questions you have been asking yourself regarding how to handle this entire complex situation will very soon be met with the clarity you need. Not only because things are coming from outside, obviously, but because certain truths are going to be revealed or some situations will show up more clearly. And on top of that, you have a Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is the card telling Libra that soon they'll be able to know whatever they need to know firsthand because Libra will discover it themselves. Libra will recognize it themselves. The Page of Pentacles is the card that speaks to us about the need to investigate, to be curious, to learn, and to dig deeper. Now, if you're in a situation where you know that the place you're about to take in your work means you need to learn something different, to fill yourself with another kind of information, another kind of knowledge, the Page of Pentacles is the best card. It's the card that speaks of studying, exploring, and preparing yourself for what this new role is going to ask of you so you can step into it with confidence. If you are seeking reassurance that you occupy a privileged position in a relationship, the Page of Pentacles provides that security. It offers the possibility that this new beginning, whether with an existing partner or someone new, is presenting itself with a strong intention for the future. You can feel confident that this connection is grounded and holds meaningful potential, allowing you to move forward with a clear sense of purpose and genuine stability together. Giving the best of oneself in every moment, every step of the relationship, living good things and also not so good ones, but growing and learning in communion of this bond. So, no matter how you may be feeling with the Seven of Wands, you need to be sure that you truly are completely ready and prepared. This is an excellent opportunity for you to step into that moment of success, glory, or victory you once imagined for yourself. It is exactly the kind of moment that allows you to finally feel that everything you hoped for, everything you held as an ideal, is now coming within your reach and becoming real. Especially if right now you have to deal with several things at once, or rather you need to stay alert on several fronts, because that can also be understood as dealing with a number of problems at the same time with different matters all demanding your attention. Well, I have to be attentive because I have to be dealing with several problems at once, that some of those matters are quite important to me, but that I have left uncovered because I did not have resources. The Page of Pentacles gives you resources. And what you are understanding that was temporarily stalled because of this obviously also begins to move along, begins to move. So you use energy from another place, more creative, more resolute. And you are obviously in that place of privilege that you were not in before, in the place of movement. There is a commitment on your part regarding all of this to handle it excellently well. So I think that here you are also recovering order and balance, and you are marking new limits. So really, the structural changes that you have to make to consolidate this position, to ensure it for yourself, you will know how to do really well. So it is a situation that is secured for you in victory. And beyond that too, if you are in a moment of competition, you have to pass an exam. You have to take a final exam. You have to apply for a job. Without a doubt here, you are achieving something very important because you are solving problems and overcoming tests, and you are demonstrating how much you know, or how strong you are, how wise, how reliable, and even more capable than other people. So you are also with that energy that if they put you to the test, that test is overcome, you take charge. And above all, you can afford the luxury of taking charge in advance of matters because you are on top. You are looking from another angle at matters that could become problematic in the future. So I feel that this week for you is a moment where you are going to be very firm. They are not going to move you from that place, or you are going to arrive at that place, and it will be practically impossible for you to lose it. Where something important to you takes weight, takes importance, it is something of relevance. And in the end, it really comes down to being able to see the result of all your effort. And that, of course, gives you certainty about your own power, your worth, and the authenticity of who you are as a person. Because other people are also seeing what kind of person you are, right? Everything you have resisted, everything you know, everything you have put into this matter has led you, yes, to earn that place fairly. Likewise, if we're talking about a relationship, the Page of Pentacles can be the sign that something you've been hoping for with someone is finally taking shape, becoming real, and moving toward fulfillment for the two of you, And to go live together, to start a relationship with more responsibility at the level of your needs after having gone through a moment of sacrifice and a stop in the relationship where things were not going as you expected or because of an economic issue. It can be where both had failed in some situation, had understood that there were flaws and issues that did not allow them to advance with the relationship. And everything works in such a way that the matter feels too moved. And in that movement, we also begin to find solutions for the relationship and for the couple. There are great possibilities for you in every area this week because the path has finally cleared. The chance for you and another person to look toward a different future, sharing it with prosperity and a well-defined vision, is truly here and arriving now. Everything is aligning to help you move forward together toward that brighter, more stable connection you both deserve. So everything you dedicated to this, all the decisions you made, everything you invested is giving you an evolution. It is an indication that you are really reaching a degree of absolute stability and an enjoyment of the gain of all this. That is why you have the chariot there. Let us see what else the cards tell us, Libra. Beautiful energy. Well, back to the Seven of Wands. What do you want me to tell you? A perfect synchronicity. Two quite interesting pieces of news are coming because one may come with something that has to do with economic or work changes or projects or evaluations for you. Obviously, they are going to be very positive and very favorable because you are going to stand out from the rest. Or also, news is coming that shows you quite clear things, right? And it satisfies you to know them. You also have another type of news, which comes from someone you have emotional ties to. Perhaps you or the other person were previously held back by external factors from truly connecting, from reaching one another, or even coming together in the way you both needed to. And the Page of Cups is the long awaited invitation for that person to, of course, finally find their way down the path that leads to your heart. And since there is a Page of Pentacles, there is surely a mutual agreement to see how this can work, evolving beyond just a friendship, for example, or even moving past a professional relationship to something more meaningful as you both decide to take that next big step forward. Pulling yourself away from what could be the fear of betting on this relationship. And I also see that you are living a moment where you are feeling better. You are recovering that joy, that desire, right? You've been getting a lot of hunches about this, and you should trust them because the Page of Cups card connects you very strongly with your intuition and those deep inner gut feelings. So I think it simply indicates that you are in very intimate contact with that internal world and that you should pay attention to all the signs and also with very important creative aspects. Also, keep in mind that this is a good time for you, Libra, to keep growing and developing in those areas that are already taking shape through the Page of Pentacles and everything connected to what has already begun to unfold for you. I already told you, specializing in something, learning something, knowing something, inquiring into something, building something little by little, step by step. But it is as if your inner voice tells you, it is the moment. Why don't we do it now? This is the perfect moment, Miff, for you to dedicate yourself to growing in that area because it truly tells me that you will manage, as if by some sort of magic, to acquire every single thing that you could possibly need in order to build exactly what you have been working toward for all this time now. Besides, it is going to give you a lot of joy that all of this moves to the rhythm of experience, which makes you feel deeply connected with what you want to do. And above all, attending to your emotions and letting yourself be guided by your heart without a doubt, without hesitation. Because as you are in the Seven of Wands, it came out twice. I think you are guided to this, right? You are guided to the great change. And you have a Three of Cups. The Three of Cups card is a sacred union because it can be the celebration of that achievement. It can be the celebration of that challenge, right? Of overcoming that challenge, that conquest. There may be a lot of social activity, a number of meetings, or social commitments that Libra is attending right now, keeping you very involved and active in your social world. Participation is truly quite interesting. You must stay alert because very good things come out of this. Quite interesting situations arise, whether from a social perspective or from a more personal place. Stay attentive as these moments offer valuable insights into both your surroundings and your own inner journey. Because if you are at the top, you are in a privileged position because you are defending a certain stance, a certain status, and even a certain workplace. Surely, this is just like that announcement as well. It is a moment of recognized achievement and celebration. Then, while I am here participating in this place where they are, well, telling me that I arrived at such a question, at such a position, or that I received such an award for this, and I celebrate. But also the emotion that you transmitted is shared with other people from equal to equal. Because there are people who have accompanied you in this whole process who are also going to be happy that you are celebrating the situation. It is a shared celebration because the triumph you are achieving is also their triumph. It is reciprocal, and their joy is deeply connected to your own success today. So they are people who, in one way or another, have held you up in moments when you wanted to leave everything or wanted to back out because of something. I mean, they accompanied you in the advance. So they are working with you from before for your growth. They are, well, having a good time with you and having a bad time. And they are supporting you in the face of what felt like an adversity and, of course, supporting your victories. Or it may be that you are celebrating something specific, something concrete that is very important to you. Let us see what the guides tell us through the law of attraction. Well, do not try to control negative thoughts. Do not worry about them at all. The only thing you must do is to deliberately think of as many positive thoughts as you can each day. And these will erase any negative thoughts because, I mean, it is as if you eradicate them specifically. Did you ever stop to think, if you thought the amount of positive thoughts like the ones you think negative, surely my life would be different. You are capable of practicing it daily. In a short time, you will have trained your mind to constantly generate positive thoughts and attract another type of reality, health. So let us trust and decree, Libra, so that this happens.